You know what? I thought about that. I have thought about that because I was saying there's no way that a man is going to listen to a woman and let a woman tell him that he is basically the submissive one. But honestly, I see a lot of men that is out here too that is trying to tell men the truth. And every time when men try to tell other men the truth, the first thing that the other men say is, oh, you being a sissy, or you just want to be on the women's side, you just trying to get some ass, it ain't true. So you can basically see what is going on. But just to let y'all men know, men that is in alignment and they know the truth, when this source returns on this planet, those men are going to be back to who they originally was. So when this energy hit this planet, all of the men that knows the truth, that knows the true creation of life and knows their purpose, when we go to our new earth, those men are going to be men. They are going to be the same, they're still going to be the same masculine energy, and they are going to be men. But it's just that everything is going to be back to where it originally is. Now, when we go into our new earth, basically our new consciousness, because the new earth basically means new consciousness. When we go into our higher consciousness, the men is still going to be dominating, but the man is going to know their place, and the women are going to know their place, and life is going to be restored back to where it was. Because right now, in this reality that we are living in, the man is not trying to submit. The man is not trying to understand his place. The man was created to be dominating. The man was created to be a leader because that's how they were created. They were created in pure dominance. And then the fact that they were created by the Anunnakis, not only were they created to be dominant and controlling, but they was created to be in the image of them. So this is why you have some men that is aware of why they are here and their true creations. And then you got some men that is so tapped into their ego until no matter what you say to them, you still going to have to be submissive to them. So all of the men that still feel that way and still is, running their mouth, when this energy hit, they are going to stay here in this old earth. They are going to stay here with their true creator on the earth, on the old earth. But when the new earth come, all of the men that is in alignment, all of the men that knows their place, all of the men that knows, they are going to go along with the new earth. And then the men and women are going to understand their place. They're going to understand their purpose, and life is going to be back. So in the beginning of time, there was no men. But when this new earth comes, it will be men in this new earth. But the men are going to be who they are meant to be, and the women are going to be who they are meant to be, and there won't be no argument. It's going to be completely aligned the way it's supposed to be. So I don't want men to think that, they're not going with what. No, when this new earth. So before I go to the market, we are all in one of the same, technically. The feminine and the masculine, we are all basically one and the same. It's just that the feminine energy is the dominating energy, because without the feminine energy, life cannot be created. So the masculine energy takes part in creating life, but the feminine energy is the dominating one, because the feminine energy is the actual one that gives life. This is why they destroyed everything, to make the man feels like that without him, nothing can get created. When technically, without the woman, nothing can get created. Because if you take away all of the men on this planet right now, if women was to align themselves, women can have babies. But if you take all the women off of this planet, a man will wither and die, because he will have no purpose to live. He wouldn't. So I don't care what you say, he just wouldn't. If you take all the women and all the little girls off of this planet, a man would not have a source to live. But if you take away all the men off of this planet and we only have women, a woman can still figure out how to have babies, and we will actually live a life. But the thing about it is that it was masculine energy on this planet. So a a lot of the things that I talk about, a lot of people ask me, well, how do you know these things? How do you know? I don't know how I know these things. It just comes to me and I feel it and I know it. Because it's so, all you got to do is look at life for what it is. Look at life for what it is. We are basically living in a dominating planet that is controlled by men, that is controlled by a man God. But if you look at Earth, everything on Earth is alive. The water is alive. What they do to the water, they killed the water. The sun was alive. What they do to the sun, they killed the sun. The moon is alive. What they do to the sun, they killed the moon. You know what I'm saying? Everything, and including who we are, they destroyed us and they killed us because we are basically walking dead. We are all dead right now. When they invaded this planet, they took everything that was alive and made it dead. And when they made it dead, they made everything in their image in death. This is why everything is coming back alive now. Because when they invaded this planet, they made everything die. And during the death, they made it into their image. They couldn't make nothing into their image while everything was still alive. This is why our original sun is no longer here. Our original moon is no longer here. The water is no longer here. The air is no longer here. Our bodies is no longer here. They destroyed everything that made us who we are. They destroyed it. They destroyed our energy. They manipulated our energy. And the way they manipulated our energy, they created things that was not supposed to be in alignment. They basically destroyed our natural way of life. And like right now, they are destroying the natural way of life. Because right now, a man and a woman is supposed to have sex to make a baby. They are now creating a world of robots. How is robots going to be able to have babies? A robot can't fuck each other. They can't do it. And then what they are doing is they are promoting men to be with men and women to be with women. So now they are basically messing with the creation of life. They are now promoting same-sex relationships and same-sex marriages. A woman and a woman cannot have babies together. A man and a man cannot have babies together. A robot and a robot cannot have babies together. They already told us back in 2023 that they got millions of incubators of babies that is already growing. So if I am a woman and I am involved in another woman, I can go and buy a baby without even needing a man. I can go buy a baby. But when I go buy that baby, what is in that baby? What image is in that baby? Who created? They talked about this in year 2023 and 2024. Look it up. They actually got incubated, and they talked about this in the movie The Matrix. So what they are doing is, in front of our eyes, they are changing the creation of life. This is why they're trying to do everything to insert us. They're trying to make us into transhumanoids because they know that they are trying to create a new way of life. Because they know that the alignment got to be redone again because the source is about to return. So what they're doing is they are creating a new way of life now. The Anunnakis is now going to create babies completely in their image without the woman, without the source. This is why now they are promoting what they are promoting. Because when you go and get a baby, you don't have to get a man. If you're a woman and you're involved in a lesbian relationship, you don't got to go no IVF. You don't got to go to a man. You can just go to a clinic and you can buy yourself a baby. You can pick the kind of baby you want and the baby is yours. They already said this. But you don't know who created that baby. You don't know what that baby is. All you know is yours. So they are creating a new way of life as we speak. It's just that people's eyes is not open to see it. But I can see all things. And I'm trying to warn y'all, they are changing the creation of life as we speak. This is why by the time 2035 come, it's going to be more fucking zombies and robots on this planet than it is human beings. Because right now, they are doing the same thing now what they did during the invasion. We are going through a reset. This is the second come of Christ. This is the second reset. The first reset was during the flood. It was during the invasion of the true creation. Now they are invading another true creation, and we're about to go through another reset. Life only repeats itself.